Yo, what's going on YouTube? Jan Moses here back with another My Team video. Now, full disclosure, I attempted to record this video now a couple of times on Twitch. We're currently live on twitch.tv/brothcindy. And the purpose of today's video was to basically be me going and building the Carmelo Anthony set. I got lucky over this past weekend getting George Mikan, Joe Smith, Rod Strickland, and Luke Longley. Not as much the Luke Longley card. From the equal chance agendas that we got through the liftoff agendas that we have for this whole week, which is great because this drastically cuts down on the price that I have to pay to get Carmelo Anthony, one of my favorite players to use in my team, of all time. One of my favorite players of all time, naturally, because he played for the New York Knicks. Oh my God, roughly what, 12 years ago he came to the Knicks? 12, 13 years ago? Crazy. But essentially, this Carmelo Anthony card, if you factor in all of the cards that I do have right now, and then you basically look at all the cards that I'd have to still buy to get him, he would cost me roughly 215,000 MT. But if you take a look at the agendas, you'll notice that for this weekend, we have a bunch of agendas that are for the players that we had come out in the liftoff set, such as the Michael Jordan, the Tim Duncan, the Carmelo Anthony, and then in the latter two, the Amethyst players in their set. The Darren Williams and Glenn Robinson from the Tim Duncan set, and then in the MELO set, the Michael Finley and the George Mikan. So I got George Mikan from the Equal Chance packs, as I mentioned. I already got 30 rebounds from him, all from playing co-op earlier today. And speaking of triple threat co-op, I will be playing that with Harry once this video is over, and we'll hopefully get some really fun gameplay with Carmelo Anthony for you guys on this channel a little bit later on today, or maybe you'll be seeing it tomorrow morning being Monday, October the 23rd. But if you see here, I got 5,000 MT from George Mikan's rebounds. You get 7,500 MT for completing the set for Carmelo Anthony, or for Tim Duncan if that's what you want to do. Another 5,000 MT for getting 3-pointers with Michael Finley. And then if you get 7 3-pointers with Carmelo Anthony in one game, which should be really easy to do, just go into a triple threat offline game and get that taken care of, you get 50,000 MT. So I basically am viewing all of these agendas here as kind of like a rebate. So if I spend 215,000 MT to build the Carmelo Anthony, and then I get the 67,500 MT back from completing all these agendas for the Carmelo Anthony collection, it basically comes out to 147,000 MT, which was great because for the longest time I was looking at getting Kawhi Leonard, and I didn't want to spend 139k or 140k basically on this Marc Gasol when I got the George Mikan, and I really like the George Mikan card. My one gripe with George Mikan is he has bronze anchor, which means if you're playing against a Shaq and maybe even a bigger player like, I don't know, maybe even like an Anthony Davis or the Chris Bosh that's available in Gauntlet, that George Mikan could get bullied down low. He could get mashed to death because bronze anchor versus Marc Gasol, who, if you take a look right here, while he does only have 40 speed, he has Hall of Fame anchor and Hall of Fame post lockdown, which is really damn nice. And he has an 81 3-ball, which is better than what George Mikan is boasting. So, I thought, well, Marc Gasol isn't 140k MT better than George Mikan. But today he happens to be the deal of the day, which to me is hilarious because, of course, the day that I was, looking to build Carmelo Anthony, and I was excited since yesterday because I was busy last night to get on stream today, build Carmelo Anthony, and feel good about it because MELO was going to cost me, as I mentioned, once you factor in the agendas that I'm going to do for the players in that set, 147k, whereas Kawhi Leonard, if you added up the 140k for Marc Gasol plus the other two players that I'd have to get from this set, the Bobby Jones and the Dikembe, that would come out to 196k. However, with Kawhi Leonard, with Marc Gasol now being the deal of the day and his MT cost being cut in half, this set now costs 126,000 MT. And so when I realized that, I stopped recording in the last video and I huddled up with my boy Harry and, well, kind of Ro, I guess. Shout out Ro. Ro was like, why are you asking me these financial questions in my team? And I asked, does it make sense for me to add both Kawhi Leonard and Carmelo Anthony? Because Kawhi Leonard, again, 126k, with the Marc Gasol being the deal of the day. And then Carmelo Anthony, for me, is 147k. So you add those two up, and it comes out to basically 273,000 MT, which is a little more than half of the MT that I have right now. And this is a year obviously where once you buy a player, you're essentially married to that player because of that tax. But if I'm locked in for a collection, I don't have to even worry about that, right? Like, I'm never going to sell them back because I can't sell them back. So if anything, I'm not just, I'm basically locking in 273,000 MT. There is no turning back once I put it in. And I think that's okay. Because if you take a look at my lineup right now, if you were to say that the Dwayne Wade card is locked in at my point guard spot, and that George Mikan is maybe locked in at center, the rest of these players are all replaceable. I mean, Mitch Richmond, I really like him a lot, but I think Mitch Richmond is going to have some competition when I add Michael Finley to the team. I think that Michael Finley card looks insanely good. I think he actually adds on what Mitch Richmond does really well, which is shooting the three ball. Dominique is really cool, but only 17 badges, not really a great shooter, and he doesn't have clamps. Kawhi over him, I think, or if I put Melo over him, is obviously a huge upgrade. And then this Giannis card is a phenomenal card. But for online play, I can't be having a front court that basically Mikan can green threes, not very easily, but he can. And Giannis, I can't green with him for the life of me, obviously. So I think it's time for a roster overhaul. Every time I've played my team, I've always been really frugal, and I've never spent my MT, and it's always because I'm waiting for the next big fish. Always thinking that the grass is greener on the other side if I wait. But I don't really want to wait this year. I kind of want to play. You can get MT from playing online, from winning games. I still have 13 days to go and get the Chris Bosh, right? We'll take a quick look here. Agendas. Gauntlet. I have, we'll call it 2 weeks roughly to go and get this Chris Bosh. And I think going out there with a lineup, whether it's Dwayne Wade, Kawhi Leonard, and Carmelo Anthony, or Kawhi Leonard, Carmelo Anthony, and a George Mikan or a Marc Gasol, if I want to run a big out there, I think that is a pretty damn formidable triple, or, triple threat team. I didn't want to say threesome. It's a really nice trio to bring out into the TT Online streets. So with that said, I don't really want to waste too much time. Let's go ahead and add these players to this set. Also, I think it's hilarious that this Michael Jordan costs $273K, and that's basically what I'm going to be paying to build the Carmelo Anthony and the Kawhi Leonard set. Now, obviously, you can do the Michael Jordan agenda and get 50,000 MT back, but while I think that MJ card is really, really good, I think the Kawhi Leonard and the Melo just make a little more sense for me, and I'll get another shooting guard later. I mean, I'd rather have like a Klay Thompson type at the 2 guard spot, because I need to have a guy that can make threes a little bit better, whereas the MJ is going to be more of a slasher, which is fine. But let's go ahead. We'll start with the Kawhi Leonard. We're going to go ahead and buy this Dikembe, the Bobby Jones, and the Marc Gasol. I don't know why I got scared seeing that X. I thought I didn't have enough MT to buy it, but let's go ahead and add Marc Gasol now. Kawhi Leonard. Go to collections menu to complete the perfect build. We're going to do that. So Kawhi Leonard is eligible to come home, but we're not done. Let's go ahead and add all these players. Tim Legler, Legs, as they call him. We didn't have to go all the way down. Let's just start here. Michael Finley for 112K. It's a lot to spend, but it's okay. It's for Carmelo. I kind of wish there was like another prompt that was like, are you sure you want to spend 112K? Saving my VC for my player whenever I get back to that. Danielle Marshall, I'm excited to use him alongside Latrell Sprewell. Hopefully I get them onto my salary cap lineup with enough, salary cap to run them. And then Ryan Hollins. So Melo and Kawhi Leonard eligible to join the team now. Let's go to the collection. Alrighty. Kawhi Leonard added to the squad. Now let's go ahead and add Carmelo Anthony to the squad. Then we'll update the lineup. Give me Melo. Carmelo Anthony on the squad. Let's go, baby. All right. Let's update the lineup very, very quickly here. I want to first just compare Michael Finley and Mitch Richmond. One thing that I like a lot about Michael Finley, even though I don't think he comes with clamps, he's shooting guard eligible at 6'7", which is really nice. And he has a 6'10" wingspan, which I think is damn nice as well. 87.3 is beautiful. 83 speed is better than Mitch Richmond. Not awful defensively. I mean, he's not going to, clamp anybody up, but pretty damn solid. He also has catch and shoot on Hoff, which is amazing. I think he's going to be a really good addition to the team. I don't think you can add clamps, and I'd be shocked. No, I can add rebound chaser. That's weird. But we're going to add Michael Finley here. And then here's where it's going to get pretty interesting. Do I want to add MELO to the team as a small forward or as a power forward? Harry said he's been running Kevin Durant at the small forward, I believe, and then Kawhi Leonard at the power forward. I do think, because they're both 6'7", but Kawhi has a 7'3" wingspan, so maybe for that reason, I'll put Kawhi at the power forward. And I do tend to initiate offense with my small forward more than I do my power forward anyway, so here's the lineup for now, and then I guess, I don't know if I'm going to start Marc Gasol or George Mikan, but I think for now I'll have Mikan as my starter because his overall is higher. And this is the lineup right now. Lineup's looking really, really nice. Let's get Victor out of here. I have no use for you, Victor. I guess we'll throw something like this, I guess. I mean, having another backup big would be nice. I just love Ron Artest. I think Ron Artest is so good. Like, Mitch is great. Don't get me wrong. We can go with a Channing Frye. Just give me another shooting big. I think this is a really, really filthy lineup right here. I mean, if anything, I have room to improve on with my bench small forward and maybe my starting two guard. But I want to give Michael Finley some run. I think that Michael Finley is going to be really nice. I think this could be a nasty clutch time lineup. Really excited to trot this team out today and see what we can do with it. But we're going to definitely start with Triple Threat Co-op with my boy Harry. He already has his favorite player in terms of the Season 2 rewards, Ruby Raymond Felton, on his squad. Maybe I'll be able to add him to my squad in the coming week or so if I play that game mode a lot. But you can see now we're down to 165k MT. And I was wondering why that's so low, but that's because I haven't done any of my agendas yet. I got to take care of all these agendas now. We get 5,000 MT for getting, I think that's what, 10 players from the MELO set. Then we should get 2,500 for getting 5 players. And we get an option pack. I don't know what that's for. Maybe that's for collector level. Yes, that's definitely what it is. We got 250. Yep. Okay, cool. Very, very cool. So, I don't want that card. I already have LeBron. Yeah, so we have to get Finley 3-pointers. And then Carmelo Anthony 3s, and then that will give us another 55,000 MT. And then we'll be in business. So I think that's the video. I think that's all I got for you. I'm very excited to get to use these cards. We'll get to, do I have anything I have to open in here for you guys? I do not. We'll see what they look like in co-op. I'm gonna start with MELO. Hopefully get some content out for you guys on that front, and then maybe later on tonight I'll get some content out for you guys as well. We'll see. But in the very least, co-op content with Harry soon to come. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Until next time, I'll see you later.